Good morning, this is Joe at Pecan Lane. Today is Thursday, May 2nd of 2024. There's some things to talk about with pecans, but I've got the earth opened up a bit to talk about irrigation. And the irrigation in question is kind of here for a fruit garden. I've got a bunch of blueberries here. We'd had a row of figs rooted, three of which survived and haven't come up yet. And we've got blackberries, raspberries, and this is hazelnut we'll probably get some more of. Been watering this with on top of the ground irrigation, where you hook up a hose to this part here, and then you plug in some emitters of known capacity into the tubing. This works out okay, but if you're going to go through here with a weed eater or even till in between the plants for weed control, it gets to be a little bit difficult to do. So we've got a new rototiller. It's a Grillo, I think 110. So we've gone through, did some herbicides and tilled up. We'll probably put some corn in between the rows here. But what I did to get this on a automatic system, I've got the valve here. I don't have a control box, but this valve here can be set up to run automatically and allows for us to leave and make sure that things are watered. And so from the pump house here, I've got a joint there I can plug into, and then I've got a lateral line that comes down to here, right where that hose is, and that's what I use for filling up my sprayer. Not yet put in service this year. And so I dug a hole and cut into this pipe, and this is a 1-inch repair valve that opens and closes. So we put that on. Now, something that I've noticed is that there's some compression fittings, and there's a valve like this that's sold at big box hardware stores. I've had those leak on me, and I now go to an irrigation specialty supplier for what I assume is a better grade of PVC. You notice this hole in the ground with water. That water came from a leak after I installed this, and I had failed to glue one of the joints. It was an easy repair. So we can set the water up to come on this. So this is the tiller, and it comes with, I bought this from Earthworks, and this is their trench digger. And what I've noticed with the trench digger is it's supposed to go 6 inches deep. You see this pipe is not particularly buried all that far down. I just want to get it down so I don't mow over it. I don't think 6 inches is realistic for it's a 2-inch wide hole and a 1-inch wide pipe. Just enough stuff falls in areas where you've got extra growth or mulch. You really want to clear that out of the way first, I've noticed. And so when I've gone back in and tried to go over the same trench again, I had some difficulty with that. So very difficult to keep it on the same track. So I would say, rather than tear your lawn up a whole much, sample that thingamabobber, the trencher, in a small area and see if you can go over it again. I elected to stick with just one trench job. So I've got a 1-inch lateral to here all around this area, and then I've got this in. I'm going to tie this into a T-post so it doesn't move like this, and I'm going to attach a PGP Ultra valve on top of this. And what I'm thinking to do, so this will be running on a 90-degree arc. I'll probably put a 2 gallon per minute emitter, and in the middle here where I'm running a 180-degree arc, I'll probably put a 4 gallon per minute emitter, and so then I'll have 16 gallons per minute being emitted on this one area. And then I can adjust those based upon what I'm observing. Along with that, I did run another lateral down, and I've got in the ground emitter now. This PGP Ultra is what I've got in all of our pecans, and that allows different emitters to come up. You can change how much water flow goes out, and so that's for our figs here. There will probably be a little bit of overflow in the garden, and by doing this with the figs, I get away from having to move a sprinkler around, and I've got this set up on an automatic system. So if frost was not a big concern, this is probably a reasonable solution for a small orchard to go ahead with something like one of these two-wheel tractor mini tillers. And I would clear an herbicide strip where you want to put it. I would spray Roundup or something first, and you could probably do some of your own irrigation on a very low surface. Not buried very deep. There are shovels that are designed to help clear out trenches that are narrower, but the problem is I think this is a 3-inch shovel with a 2-inch hole, and so I had to put it in at the side a little bit to clear things out. You could probably just grind down the sides of that to better clear out a ditch. So if you're messing around with pecans and you need some irrigation, this is a way you can do it, whether you turn up into your home water supply, with whether it be well or city water, I hope not, or adding on laterals for taking care of your existing orchard. So that's what I got working on for our garden, and figured I'd share this for anyone interested. Thank you.